You know, I try to put myself in your shoes, and this is a video that I wanted to make very quickly here. I'm just here putting some stuff away in the house, in the building. But I wanted to do a video very quickly because I am talking more about AI lately, and I have already recorded some AI videos and talking about AI and the impact that AI might have on music. And still, I'm trying to put myself in the shoes of the jaded, negative musicians and composers out there, because there is a breed of musicians and composers that are very negative without AI in the equation. And I understand this because I was like that at one point. Now that AI is out and people are really concerned about AI, not only in music, but in any other industry for that matter, composers and musicians that have not found success with their music, they are finally using AI as an excuse for their lack of success. And I understand that. It's a very easy thing to do. There is a lot of entitlement from the musician slash composer industry. There's a lot of negativity when it comes to libraries. There's a lot of negativity when it comes to the changes in the marketplaces. Nothing stays the same. Everything is changing, everything is evolving. You know, it's like the seasons, right? I just came here. Here in Greece, we have things that are kind of like a small little rooms where you put stuff. It's called apotheki. And I don't know what's the word in English, I don't remember, forgive me for this, but these are the places that we have in buildings and in houses where we put stuff away that we're not going to be using. So for example, now we're in the middle of a spring, and we just put away carpets, we just put away heating devices and stuff like that, because that's it, the season is over, you know. But when it comes to music licensing and anything in life, things are always changing, and life is like the seasons, you know. It can't be all the time winter, it cannot be all the time summer, right? So when it comes to music licensing, because I've been doing this for such a long time, I have seen the ups and downs and the changes in the industry, and AI is just something that has just arrived to this industry, like in any other industry for that matter. And I see a breed of composers that are not successful with their music, and they're using AI as an excuse to say, you know, this is over, what's the point in starting, or what's the point in carry on with music licensing because it's over, you know. And you know, I've done videos about this, and one of the recent videos, somebody left a comment that my job was gone. And I like to emphasize on this because that shows the mindset of certain people. And these composers, I mean, I can actually dissect a certain comment and kind of like psychoanalyze it and see where they're coming from. I can see, you know, what type of content they're creating. Most of the time, they're not creating any content. Their YouTube channel doesn't have a face. They don't release videos themselves. You can't see what they're about. And it usually comes down to this. And there's another breed of composers that jump on that train, and they actually start supporting that messaging. And it's almost like it's over, and it will be over. So what's the point, you know, of carrying on? But the reality is that there's still libraries out there. The music licensing industry is huge. Not only the royalty-free market, but the sync licensing industry and the exclusive libraries as well. So all of these libraries, you know, they want music made by humans. They want original, exclusive music. And I use exclusive and exclusivity very loosely here, but what I mean by that is that a library like Artlist, for example, they don't want music that is being created by a robot or by a person typing in a prompt on one of these AI websites. I think a lot of musicians and composers are using AI as a way to justify their failures, especially when people leave comments like that, because you can say all you want about my job, but I'm getting paid. In fact, I'm getting paid on Monday. As I'm recording this video, I'm getting paid Monday. At the end of the month, I'm getting paid by Content ID, by Identify as well. So you can say all you want, and you can use any excuses and use AI as a way of saying like, this is the reason why I'm not successful, and this is the reason why I'm not going to carry on, or this is the reason why you shouldn't do it, right? But in the meantime, people like me and other fellow composers, we're still getting paid. We're still earning money. We're still going to carry on, and we're still adapting to the changing seasons of these marketplaces and ever-changing industry. Right? When computers came about and softwares like Pro Tools and Cubase and Digital Performer, right? The first time I saw a music software was with Digital Performer back in the day, the 90s, mid-90s. And man, it just blew my mind. But they were saying that this is what's gonna kill the recording studios. Recording studios have closed down, but we still have commercial recording studios available for people to go to a real commercial studio and record music. Yes, they're using technology, they're using softwares. It's not anymore on tape, but there's still a need for studios. There's still a need for certain things that will be very hard to kill, even by technology itself. Okay, so I'm very excited about the new changes that are happening as we speak. I have seen it all pretty much. In royalty-free libraries and in music licensing. I've seen it pretty much everything. The fact that you could not upload PRO registered music to libraries, and now you can. I've been involved in this before subscription libraries came about. Now I'm part of subscription libraries, and it's actually a positive thing. I've seen so many things when it comes to the changes of these marketplaces, but I understand where a lot of composers are coming from, and I'm not calling out names here or anything, but there is a breed of composers that use the changes in the marketplace and the conditions in the marketplaces as an excuse for their failure, and pretty much just to justify why they're not successful. In fact, in Audio Jungle, which has a very big forum, and it's a great forum, but I know for a fact that there are composers there that are not successful in Audio Jungle, but they spend a lot of time on the forum, and they speak so much, and they're so involved that they have actually become moderators. You know the amount of energy and time that you need to spend on a forum talking about the marketplaces and talking mainly about negative things, okay? Because let's be real, forums is a breeding ground for, yes, solutions and helping one another, but usually it's a place where people nag and complain. That's the reality of it. Okay, similar to the comments on YouTube videos, okay? Yes, there are positive comments. I'm being blessed that I don't get much negativity. Every now and then I get a little stab based on the topic that I'm talking about. But you know, there are people that are dedicating a lot of time to justify and to say this is the reason why everything is shit. And you see this, you know, in different industries and even in society. Right? I mean, here in Greece, the MO or the general consensus is talking about politics, right? Of how shit the government is, and sports. But then again, that's everywhere, right? When I was living in the UK, it was the same thing. It's all about politics, who's in power, taxes, and how negative everything is. And I'm not saying that things are not happening. I'm not saying that there's no negativity in the world. I'm not going to be that naive. But I'm not going to be focusing on the bad things. I'm going to be focusing on the positive things that I can do in order to improve my life and the life of my loved ones. It happens to be that the biggest determining factor for me in order to find success, not only in music licensing, but in different areas of my life, has been my mindset and what I focus on. So whenever there is a crisis, whenever there is a massive change in a marketplace, an industry, or even a country, I try to assess very carefully of what exactly is happening and what I can control about this. With AI, it's quite clearly that there are things that they're completely out of my control. However, I am not going to fall victim to that mindset that is all over, all right? And you can expect to see more videos of me making music, sharing my income with you, because the massive income increase that I have experienced over the last few years has been because of these changes, okay? The fact that you can implement now PRO registered music to royalty-free libraries, the fact that you can now sell your music on subscription libraries because all libraries have turned into a subscription model similar to Netflix, the fact that you can now have your music with Identify, Content ID, you can still earn money like that. I mean, it's mind-blowing, right? So when people say that my job is done, that means that all libraries need to close down, okay? Because they rely on music from composers like myself. And that means that services like Content ID, right, they will have to die off as well, okay? And you know, there's such a massive infrastructure when it comes down to the music licensing industry in terms of marketplaces and libraries that, you know, it's gonna be a tough one. And I believe that it's not about that something is dead now because you have some robot or you have some idiot put in a prompt to make some music track in 5 seconds. It's not about that, because it's not creative. That's not creativity. And the results is just not there yet. And you can say all you want. You can say that there are better services out there, that there are better AI generated music softwares, that they're gonna get better and better and better. But still people are gonna want music from real musicians. People are still gonna wanna go to concerts and see real people playing music. People wanna see videos like this one, from a real person talking to a camera and not some AI generated video. I mean, in fact, right now, you can't even tell if this video is being recorded or has been made using AI technology. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? I don't know. Can it be used to do a lot of harm? Of course it can, right? But even here on YouTube, you have to click something when you upload this type of videos and say this video has been created with AI or not. So that's the trend where things are gonna go with AI, not only in music, but everywhere. And then it comes down to what has more value, right? If this video that you're watching right now is being made by a robot, like this is not me, this is somebody else, pretending to be me, talking about whatever I'm talking about here, or this is the real Daniel talking to you, you know? Yeah, a lot of people like to ponder about this, like, oh, that's very evil. What if Daniel is not talking right now about music licensing and this is somebody else and they just have created this video like that with the image of Daniel talking about music licensing, right? Yes, it's scary to think about it, but where the real value is, the real value is that this video is being made by me. And there's no way for you to find out, of course, but I still need to tell YouTube that this video is being made by a real human and it's not made by AI or by using AI technology. It's a weird analogy. I like to do a lot of pondering around this, and I have a lot of thoughts and ideas when I'm doing music and I'm doing videos, or I'm just going with my wife and my kids to the playground. I think about stuff, and sometimes I read comments and I say, like, I see where people are coming from. Unfortunately, on the internet, there's a lot of idiots. I mean, let's be real. And you know, I know that my following and my audience here on YouTube are not idiots, okay? You guys are very, very talented. But every now and then, there is an idiot that is not subscribed to the channel, and they just watch the videos from far away, and then when they see something that I touch a vein, and I am not supporting the same messaging of AI, they can't help themselves and comment something negative or a little stab to say like, oh, no, you will fail. I will not fail. And I'm still here. I will still be showing up here, recording videos. I will still be making music. I will still be spreading a positive message when it comes down to technology, when it comes down to the advancement of anything that is going to happen in the future, because I use technology to earn a living online. And that includes the fact that I'm recording this video with my smartphone, okay? And I grew up without a smartphone, man. I grew up without YouTube. I grew up without the internet. So for me, the last thing that I'm gonna do is curse technology and advancement. Yes, that includes AI, because I am invested in technology and I use it in order to earn a living and to work remote. I live where I wanna live. I work completely online. All of my income is in dollars, and I live in Greece, you know? So it will be very cynical of me to talk about how AI is a bad thing. I use AI all the time, you know, and I spoke about this before. However, there's some things that I'd rather do them myself, like, for example, writing, answering to emails, editing videos, right? There's so many AI tools that you can do to streamline your workflow and to become more productive, but there's still some things that I'd rather do them myself, okay? I'd rather edit my videos because I know exactly where I want to edit it. I've used all the services out there, not only in music, but in writing and editing softwares and whatnot for video making. They're great. But still, you need to have human intervention and do something about it in order to be the way we want it to be. And that's my point. Just because ChatGPT is available to all of us doesn't mean that you are an author. You still have to know how to write. The same goes with music. The same goes with any type of art, okay? You still need to do it. And there is a massive difference between art that's been created using AI and human art. We can appreciate the robotic art. I'm not saying no, but there's a massive difference. And one has more value than the other. And it's not about which one is best, even though the human creativity cannot be matched, okay? It cannot, okay? Because we're not perfect. And that's where art lives, okay? We live at the edges of imperfection. And it's exactly in that imperfection where music and art lives, right there, in that gap where this is a shit idea, but it's a brilliant idea. And that's where geniuses are born in terms of songs, books, films, okay? So it's about embracing the unknown. And I'm gonna be here for that. And I'm gonna document my journey and put videos like this ones, sharing what I'm doing and navigating this space. And hey, we can look back in the future to this type of videos and see who's still standing, all right? Because I can tell you one thing for sure, I'm not going anywhere. And even if the library's closed down, let's say that robots take over, okay? And they, there's no need for music composers anymore. People are not gonna be making music anymore. Let's say that art dies completely. There's no artist anymore because everybody's typing in some words in ChatGPT or Suno AI or whatever the hell is in fashion at the time, right? Let's say that nobody likes to paint anymore because everybody is into digital art now created by AI. Let's say that that's happening. I will still be making music. I will still be playing the guitar, all right? The question is, how am I gonna earn a living? I will certainly find a way to make this happen and be part of that flow of creatives and entrepreneurs who go and adapt and move forward and then thrive even bigger. Because that's what happens with technology and any advancement, okay? There's many things that are gonna change, and it's those who can adapt are the ones who are gonna survive, not people that leave comments on videos like this ones, which are negative and want to bring people down. I'll be here, my friend. I'm not going anywhere. So I appreciate you if you got this far into the video. More videos about making music by humans and talking about AI and comparing AI. I'm gonna be one of those people who are actually gonna compare tracks and show how shit it sounds still. And I will do this on a regular basis to show you that there is no need to give up on your dreams of making music. I'm still gonna be playing music. I'm still gonna be recording music. Software companies are still gonna be available, releasing sample libraries. This is what these idiots don't understand, that if everything is gonna be AI making, or it's gonna be made by AI, then that means that there's no need for sample libraries anymore. Companies like Spitfire Audios or Native Instruments, there's no point on having these samples anymore because there's no composers, right? So what's the point on having sample libraries? What's the point in having loops? What's the point in having software? So all the softwares that you're using right now, Pro Tools, Cubase, Logic, I mean, all of these things will have to die completely because people are not gonna be making music, right? That's the truth of the matter, that is that, okay? So there is a breed, again, of musicians and composers who like to latch on into anything that is negative in order to say, don't do it, or this is the reason why I'm not successful. And if they see somebody else doing it, they say, you're done, okay? And we're not done, my friend. join me on this. Leave in the comment section what you think about this topic, because it helps the algorithm here on YouTube, which happens to be some sort of AI, because it organizes things, and that they're being trigger based on comments, likes, dislikes, and negative comments or positive comments. It doesn't really matter, right? And the same happens in libraries right now. They are using AI in order to organize music. In fact, I just got an email from Pond5 that I'm getting paid, okay, with a data set, which yes, involves AI technology. And yes, I'm one of those evil composers that earns money by giving my information of music on how to train these models. That's a topic for another conversation, but I believe in abundance and I believe in prosperity, not lack. And I don't sleep with fear that somebody's gonna take anything from me, because there's nothing to be taken. Thank you so much for the love and support. I'll see you in another video, my friend.